UTRGV men's basketball just picked up its biggest ever win over UTSA. Vince Figure, ring that bell! Woo! The UTRGV Coaches Show starts now! Hey, Coach. Oh, who's your special guest?
Got my special guest, my best friend in the world, my son Vince, coming here to North Park Lexus, ready to do a show.
Awesome. Well, how about you're both on the show today?
You good with that? Let's do it.
Let's do it. This is going to be a December to remember.
Let's get that going. December to remember, son.
Welcome inside North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley for the UTRGV Coaches Show. I'm Jonah Goldberg, and we're joined by UTRGV men's basketball head coach Matt Figure and special guest
Vincent Figure.
Great to have you both here.
Well, we're happy to be here. We're just decided that we're coming to look to see if what type of vehicle I need to buy him for his 16th birthday, which is still 5 years away, by the way.
But it's never too early to start looking.
No, never too early.
So I'm thinking buying one of these Lexuses, and you can have him, practice on it in the driveway, maybe.
Yeah, we're going to get a. Let's see. 5 years from now, I'm not good at math. What is that? 2020.
26.
26.
But by then you'll get the 2027 models.
Well, he'll get the 2018 model.
Hey, that's very kind of you. I mean, I don't think my car was that new when I was that old.
No, mine definitely wasn't. Definitely wasn't. I drove a '79 Ford Granada. So.
I don't even know what that is.
I figured you wouldn't.
Well, great to have you both here. I hope you're enjoying winter break, Vince. And Coach, special for you to be able to bring your son to work today, huh?
Yeah, no. Having him a part of the things that we do, part of the family. I always tell my guys, my family's going to be around. My son's always in the locker room. He's always around the team. I consider that he's lucky. Not many kids get to be a part of college basketball, all of his life. So we're hoping that someday that he decides to do something in athletics, whether it be basketball or your job. I don't know which one, but or my job. I don't know. Who knows? But just always glad to have him around.
Well, that's really awesome that you're able to spend so much time with him, and that's really exciting. Have you ever thought about the possibility that he could be your assistant coach one day?
Well, he's way smarter than me, so him and his mom both, they tell me how to coach every day and tell me how I'm probably the third best coach in the house. So, no,
I help him recruit.
He helps me recruit. So, any recruiting questions you can ask him.
So maybe you'll be his assistant one day.
That's more than likely. When he has to throw the old man a bone.
Well, coming off of a pretty good win, beat UTSA 68-50. That is the largest margin of victory for UTRGV over UTSA ever.
Didn't know that.
Second year in a row, this program has pulled that off. Won by 17 last year, 18 this year. I mean, that's a team that's going to the American Athletic Conference. That's a big deal.
It was a big deal for us because we hadn't won in a while. We had a lot of close games. What last week was for us was the first week we've been able to practice with 10 players since the season started. So last week was the first time we had a week of consistency, but being able to go on the road Our team was focused. There's no distractions. Finals are over. And they get to concentrate on basketball. And, defensively, our effort defensively was pretty good. Our pick and roll coverages and things are pretty good. And, if we can start eliminating some of our self-infliction that I've probably talked about too much on the show, I think we could have a really good season. But it was good to go on the road and get a win and to fight through the adversity that our team had been going through for the past month, being in a lot of close games, not being able to win, games that we've had leads. It's frustrating for them, but the way we dug in from the 13-minute mark on in the second half at UTSA, I was very proud of our kids' effort.
Yeah, it was a close game at the start of the second half, and then you had a stretch of about 8 minutes. You didn't let them score. I mean, that was impressive.
Yeah, no, we talk about our kills. That's 3 stops in a row. I think we had 15 stops in a row there. So that was 5 kills and 15 possessions. So, we just did I can't give my assistant coaches enough credit for their scouting. Dean Cooper did a really good job of preparing our team, and our kids followed it to a T. And we were really prepared for that game.
Well, it certainly showed, and a lot of impressive things happening. We talk about the defensive end a little, and then B.J. Simmons, just his second game of the year, and he came up with 3 3-pointers and 11 points.
Well, that we've been waiting for him to join the team, and he's fast, he's athletic. He gives us another point guard, which we haven't had. He's a good on-ball defender, and he knows how to score the ball, and he's one of our better passers on the team. So the more we get him implemented into our system and things, because he's not really been able to run stuff with the first team because he's not been eligible. So now we get him to be eligible, and now we get another guy with some speed and athleticism. And when he comes in, he brings effort, energy, and shot-making ability. And I've got to be able to get him a look or two where he sees one go in, and then the next 3 are going in. So in games where he has shot the ball like that, we've got off to good starts. And so I've got to do a better job coaching, getting him some shots.
Merrick Nelson came back last week after missing a few games. What'd you see from him?
I seen the Merrick that I seen starting to help our team in Arizona and Illinois. He played the one game against Corpus. He wasn't great at home. He got hurt. He'd been out. And so I think he's starting to realize, that, I'm a good player, but I've got to do things that I'm good at. And so he did that against UTSA, and we've missed him for the last couple of games.
Speaking of Nelson's, your other Nelson, Doc, managed to only play 32 minutes against UTSA. He'd been playing about 40 minutes a game for 6 or 7 straight games.
He's led the country in minutes.
Yeah.
So being able to, give him breaks, and we're going to have to give him more breaks. And now that we've got BJ in, hopefully we can start finding some identity of what our rotation and lineups and things like that are going to be. We still got 2 or 3 more kids that's not participating because of injuries that we'd like to try to get in.
Yeah, and all things considered, non-conference play, you had about a 500 record, and with you being a brand new coach with a largely brand new team, do you take that?
Well, you're never happy with where you're at. I get those analytical numbers thrown at me a lot, and I for my staff. And as far as like continuity in the country, our team was 300th and 27th or something of continuity, which means of time of minutes played together. So you're at the bottom of the country as far as kids playing time together. Well, hopefully the more time they get to play together, which we've not been able to do, the more the better we'll get as a team. As far as our record, you can't look at it and then go, wow, I'm happy and thrilled. But we have played a schedule which I knew was going to make us have to grow up and compete really fast. And so here's the thing, going into conference, we're not blind to our weaknesses. Some teams go into conference, especially when you play Power 5, you're blind to your weaknesses until you get into conference play because you've played a schedule that has been very conducive to winning. Well, we played a schedule which is very conducive to competing. And so we've learned what our weaknesses are. We learned where we got to get better. Now it's time we go into the second season, which is the conference season. We will be ready and we know what we have to do to get better. So I'm happy where we're ending our non-conference at. Not been happy because of injuries and things like that. But some of that's out of our control. But I am happy where I think we can go.
WAC play opens December 30th at Stephen F. Austin. Before that, you get a little bit of time off. You have about a week and a half between games. So are you going to give your team a couple days off?
Yeah, we'll break for the holidays. Hopefully they get to go home and spend time with their loved ones, hug them, kiss them, and then get back to work. And then, we're going to basketball school when they get back. They're like professional athletes until January the 18th. There's nothing but basketball. So we're going to get back into the basketball academy because we've got to strap it on because we've got every game in conference play. It's hard. And so every game goes down to the last time out. So we've got to put ourselves in a position where we're razor sharp going into conference play.
So conference play just around the corner. Christmas comes first. So what are your plans for Christmas?
We're going to get to spend our first Christmas in the Valley. We're going to do some last minute Christmas shopping over in Mexico probably here soon. Get to enjoy family that's coming into town and hopefully have a nice sunny 84-degree day on Christmas Day. So I know he's excited about being out of school. I'm excited that he's out of school, and I'm excited to have him around me.
So Vince, how excited are you to be getting your first Lexus?
I don't know which car I'm gonna get, but I'm thinking about looking around. So, but I still, like my dad said, I still have 5 years, so I'll still think about it.
Well, it's never too early to start looking. This blue one over here, I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
The only problem is it would, ruin our show right now. But you could take it after the show.
Yeah, I could. I like blue. Blue's my favorite color, so I kind of like that blue.
So how special is it for you to be able to go to work with your dad?
It's very special. I get to spend time with him. I get to hang out with the players and do some fun stuff. So it's very cool to.
All right, we won't tell anybody, even though we're on television. Who's your favorite player?
Justin Johnson. It's my favorite player.
Why is Justin Johnson your favorite player?
Because he's very good at driving to the basket and getting fouled, and he does a ton of good moves to create space and make baskets.
What have you thought of the way that your father has coached this year?
I think he coaches in a fast style of play, as I'd say, which is how he's always played. But he just plays in a fast style that I think's fascinating. Yeah, you are.
Now I also got to ask you about New Year's Eve, because it's going to be right between games, in between the Stephen F. Houston, Sam Houston games. Despite that, are you going to stay up to watch the ball drop, or even till midnight Central?
I don't know. You got to ask me after that, after we play SFA. So it could be nothing but watching Sam Houston play.
Matt Figger, he's the head coach of the UTRGV men's basketball team. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us.
The UTRGV Coaches Show rolls on. We'll talk a little UTRGV women's basketball next from North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley.
In the minute it takes to knock back your dream, spot your new crush, or cheer on the home team, you could do something that really makes a difference. Sign up as an organ donor. In less than a typical timeout, you could sign up to save 8 lives. It sure beats using a minute to mustard that hot dog. Sign up at tosa1.org.
The Rio Grande Valley is growing every day. That's why you need a team you can trust. 2 stations, 2 languages.
Se le pide a cualquier persona con información de...
The most experienced news anchors in the valley.
And I'm Dina Herrera Garza.
The largest weather team keeping you informed in English.
Tractor front updates forecast.
Y en español.
Te le voy a estar explicando un poco más de eso.
A sports team covering the RGV like no one else.
What this win means.
We're live in the morning, at noon, and in the evenings. Anytime you need us, we're online and on social media too. We do this all in both languages.
We are tracking breaking news.
Nosotros estamos aquí para platicarles cómo...
Who else can deliver this type of coverage?
Tonight at 10 in the meantime, have a great evening.
No one. Channel 5 News
And Azteca Valle.
working together for you.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at workatcanes.com.
I got mine because I'm a former student athlete.
I've got mine because the UTRGV Vaqueros are a hometown team.
I've got mine, Visa.
I've got mine because I'm a proud alumni.
I've got mine.
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 I've got mine. Go Vaqueros.
Get yours. UTRGV basketball season tickets are on sale now. Visit goutrgv.com/tickets to get yours today.
Town Place Suites by Marriott, Edinburgh's newest destination spot and a host hotel of UTRGV athletics with the amenities that a frequent long-stay traveler or visiting team in town to take on the V-Nation looks for. The nightlife is amplified with Ignite Lounge, a great way to wrap up a long workday or celebrate a big win. Town Place Suites by Marriott on Trenton in between Business 281 and Sugar Road and minutes away from the excitement of UTRGV. Town Place Suites by Marriott, Edinburgh.
Welcome back to the UTRGV Coaches Show. I'm Jonah Goldberg at North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley. Now, UTRGV women's basketball is fresh off of the second annual UTRGV South Padre Island Classic, as UTRGV, UTSA, Grand Canyon, and Liberty came to South Padre Island over the weekend to play in a tournament in front of fans in Cameron County. It was a wonderful event, and the fans had a great time. Now, as for UTRGV, they opened up the weekend with a Friday game against UTSA, falling 66-59. Sarah Brashears, 13.7 rebounds. But how about Taylor Muff? 19 points in the game, including a career-high 5 3-pointers. Here are the highlights and the reaction from UTRGV women's basketball head coach Lane Lord.
That can go a long way to spark this offense.
Muff for 3, it's good.
Had winning records at Charlotte, North Texas, and the University of Texas.
Taylor Muff hits another 3, back-to-back threes for Muff. Muff another 3, and another one is good. 8 on the shot clock, there's Soysol. Puts it up and in. Williams. Bounce underneath for Muff, puts it up and in. There's Soysol. He's got 2 buckets already. Make it 3. There's Muff for 3. She got it. Career high 4 3-pointers for Taylor Muff. Taylor Muff for 3 again. It's good. Kyle for 3. Got it. Cheers. With a little deep 3. This one's good. Underneath to Kyle, lays it in, plus the foul.
Well, I thought UTSA really outplayed us tonight in pretty much every aspect. They were tougher than us. They really were physical and kind of punched us in the mouth to start the game. And we got off to a good start with Taylor hitting a couple big threes, but after that it was all physicality and they really took it to us. So let's tip our cap to UTSA for their efforts. We did some good things at times, but 20 turnovers and we gave up 20 offensive rebounds, the things we talked about in pregame. So they executed and we did not, and we we got what we deserved. Yeah, we were 20 for 29, so we missed 9. That's 69%. Sarah shoots 94%. She had a rough night tonight all the way around. Had a rough night from the free throw line, but to give her credit, after a really tough first half, she showed a lot of courage and came out and gave us 12 points in the second half. And we need her to score. We all know that. And Taylor had 19. Sarah's in double figures. I thought Casey and Janae had better second halves, but we got to have other people try to score in the first half, and we just really struggled to do that. But positively, Boujou gave us a real nice lift. She's been hurt. Came back in and gave us some buckets there in the second quarter, kind of kept us around. And I think Annika's going to be a really good player. She's very smart. She understands the game, and we just got to get her a little stronger. But I really like her. She can really shoot it. She brings a lot of energy, so we want to get her some minutes.
Now, you just heard Coach Lord talk a little bit about Annika Sainz and how he had a feeling that she could be a really good player. Well, it didn't take long for Sainz to show it. She only played 2 minutes against UTSA, but against Liberty on Saturday, despite a 54-32 loss for the Vaqueros, Sainz hit the first 2 3-pointers of her career en route to 6 points. Sainz, the freshman from Edinburgh, scoring her first collegiate points in front of the home crowd on South Padre Island. Let's take a look at some of the highlights and the post-game reaction from that game.
Here comes Williams underneath for the first basket of the game. Stops, pass, muff, gets her defender in the air and then launches a long 2. It's good. Bershears for 3. Swish! Kyle, there's McGarity for 3. Off the back iron. Soizel the rebound, puts it up and in. Bershears missing the layup, gets her own rebound. Turnaround jumper is good. Sends it a muff, left wing 3 ball is good. Kyle, pull-up jumper is good.
Battling for possession. I like the energy you're seeing on both sides.
Muff, a jumper, it's good. Soizel from the baseline, it's the jumper. Sainz for 3, got it. Launches a 3 from the top, it's good.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Again, defensively, wow, we played outstanding. That's a really good basketball team. Our RPI is up around 50. 11-1 for a reason. Very, very balanced team. But man, I was proud of our defensive effort. To only give up 54 points to that team. That's what we're going to hang our hat on. You know, there's going to be days like these, really a weekend like this. I believe we were about 6 for 50 on the weekend from 3. It's usually a strength. Really struggled to shoot the basketball. Wide open looks too. So we just struggled to make shots. But again, defense, if we can hold teams to 54 like we did, and I was the other night, 50, 65, I mean, that's really good, and that's what we'll take out of this weekend. I tell you, our administration, our staff, they did a wonderful job, all the support staff. I think we really, you know, to have all the orange out here at South Padre, it's something we'll build on for years to come. You know, obviously we didn't play our best basketball, we didn't win any games, but the experience was great. And I think the other teams had a great experience as well. The weather's been awesome. But just can't say enough about our administration and our support staff. Like you said, you come over the bridge, it's always, I've come here all the time, but when you get on that bridge, every time you just get that awe factor. And then here come the flags and the V's up, and really cool experience. And, you know, at the hotel, we got the flags up, flying, and so great experience, not just for UTRGV, but the other 3 teams as well. It's exactly what we wanted to have happen, and I wish we would have played a little better for them. Again, we played great on defense, but just to have the Lower Valley involved, and like, we want to grow our market, we want to grow our brand. We've got an awesome university, and to come here to South Padre and see those kids here, it's been a lot, and hopefully they enjoyed seeing the UTRGV out there on the floor. And we're going to continue to have a tournament here. We're going to expand the tournament next year to 6 or 8 teams. Same dates, but this is going to be an annual event. We're going to make that a priority of ours. Well, we need the time off. We've been on the road a lot, and you know, these last we played pretty good at home for a 3-game stretch and got those wins, but we need a break. We've had some players play a lot of minutes. Hopefully we'll get Lorente back healthy, and Ariana Sturvant, we can be full strength. But it was good to get Boujou back. She's been out for a long time. She did some good things for us defensively. Playing a really good team in Stephen F. Austin. So we got to play the defense we played tonight, and then we got to really good. We really got to shoot the basketball much better. Obviously, that's an understatement, and I think we will, and I think we'll recover just fine.
UTRGV women's basketball now off for about a week and a half, but the Vaqueros open Western Athletic Conference play at home. That's December 30th at 7 p.m. at the UTRGV Fieldhouse against Stephen F. Austin. Get your tickets now at utrgvtickets.com. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a moment. From North Park, Lexus, Rio Grande Valley, this is the UTRGV Coaches Show.
We all want the best for our families, to love, to laugh, to live a healthy life. At UT Health RGV, we believe every family should have access to the most advanced medical care right here, close to home. With over 100 board-certified doctors at 20 locations valley-wide, with life-saving procedures and treatments that keep you and your family healthy, UT Health RGV is here for you. High-quality care for every patient, for every family. Find your way to the best care at uthealthrgv.org.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Support. Some call it the foundation of success. Joining the V Club assists in the success of our student athletes. Preparing our student athletes for excellence in life.
Thanks for tuning in for this edition of the UTRGV Coaches Show. We'll be back with you next Wednesday and every week at 8:30 p.m. with a special re-air on Sundays at 1:30 on Somos Hawaii, channel 5.3, cable 1241. Missed an episode? Want to watch this one again? Then check out archive shows on our YouTube channel at goutrgv.com/coaches show. Big thanks to UTRGV head men's basketball coach Matt Figger and his son Vince for joining us this week. We'll be joined by UTRGV baseball head coach Derek Matlock and Henry Miller, the sports editor of The Monitor, next week. But for now, this is Jonah Goldberg saying so long from North Park, Lexus, Rio Grande Valley. This has been the UTRGV Coaches Show. Get your visa.